Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. What do fleas usually do after they infest a healthy, clean organism? They do what the rats do. They abandon ship after they get everything dirty. What's up, meow meow? Get everything dirty in the organism. After they destroy the organism, they leave. And where do they go? They go to another healthy organism and they destroy that one. So, this is Ukraine. The current leaders of Ukraine, Zelenskyy, Shmyhal, remember Reznikov, remember Yermak. These guys are the fleas and they infested, I would say, Ukraine. Ukraine is getting destroyed by Russia. More and more. Ukraine is going to collapse eventually. And these guys are abandoning ship. The first who abandoned ship out of these pigs was Reznikov, the defense minister. Remember that one? Then it was the foreign minister who is teaching right now in the United States of America. And we have now Zelenskyy going to London to prepare, I would say, his exit while he's uttering a big lie again. Mr. Prime Minister of Ukraine, Mr. Shmyhal, Denis Shmyhal, is going to be fired. There's not going to be a fired. I suspect that Mr. Shmyhal will get a position in a big global bank, which probably is going to be International Monetary Fund or the World Bank or the Rothschilds or something like that. He is about to be replaced with a Ukrainian, I think. So this is what the fleas do. They infest the organism, destroy it, get it dirty. Before they leave, like Reznikov, Shmyhal, Zelenskyy is going to leave, and Yermak definitely is got his bags packed. They put Ukrainians in charge of a dying organism. After they destroyed it, now they pack their bags and go to London or New York or something very nice, or Monaco, and the Russians will get them. Like the Israelis got those, remember, Second World War perpetrators, Eichmann and others. Remember that one? Okay, so Zelenskyy is going to tell us a big lie. Shmyhal is out, the prime minister, and is going to be replaced with a Ukrainian. And then we have Mr. Klitschko, who is going to be the one who's going to be probably taking over at one point over the dying organism. That is his Ukrainian nation. Fleed by whom? By the fleas. All right, let's start with the first article. The big liar with a big lie. Ukrainska Pravda. Zelenskyy, Russia preparing new military operations in Europe. And we have Zelenskyy and an old picture with Mr. Budanov, who came out after I called Ukrainska Pravda and said, boys, where is he at? I don't think he's alive. Anyway, this is not a new picture, just so you know. Why? I have a gut feeling, and I will not believe that's the case, that this is a new picture. I know how this guy looks. Look at this. Anyway, so let's move. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has stated that based on information from Ukraine's intelligence, Russia is preparing new military operations on European territory. Got it? So he can make up shit like I can make shit how much I want and you can't know. Why? Are you going to talk with my intelligence services? You're not going to talk ever. So I am, let's say, Zelenskyy Stein, and I tell you that my intelligence services told me that you committed a crime. And you're about to commit a crime. My intelligence told me that. So please give me some more money and weapons. And I'm preparing my exit. How? Zelenskyy arrives in London. Details on the president's visit. He's going over there to prepare his exit, I think, and obviously to get more money on the way out. That's all what it is. He's going to meet the Prime Minister of Great Britain and the King. How? And he's going to be dressed like a thug again. So this is the price. These guys always take a dump on civilization. Why? There's an ancient inferiority complex. That's what it is. First it was the Babylonians, then it was the Egyptians, or the other way around. Whomever had a city was attacked. Whomever had a civilization was looked down on, not looked down, criticized. That's why they have the critical theory, right? Anyway, so let's go back to this guy. So first, he provides this with his evidence being words. Words are cheap. And we have this one, he's in London, where he is scheduled to meet with UK Prime Minister and King. During the visit, the President of Ukraine will meet with King Charles III, like the poo-poo, Prime Minister Keir Starmer, and the speakers of both houses of Parliament, Lindsay Hoyt and McFaul. Additionally, Zelenskyy will speak with Ukrainian troops undergoing training in Ukrainian Kingdom and will be representatives of think tanks. Why do you think he's going over there? He went to the master to kiss the ring again, and he's going to be given whatever they want to give him to continue promoting their agenda. Next one. New Voice of Ukraine. Rats abandon ship. Ukrainian Prime Minister Shmyhal, he's Ukrainian, may be replaced on July 15, lawmaker says. He's Ukrainian as I am Zimbabwean. Ukrainian Prime Minister may be replaced. Lawmaker Yaroslav Zelenskyy from the Holos Party said in a statement on June 22nd. However, he noted that the plans remain fluid and could still change. And I'm quoting, the most likely date for replacing Prime Minister Shmyhal with First Deputy Prime Minister Svyrydenko and reshuffling the government is July 15, 2025. This guy wrote, that's the current outlook, but in 3 weeks, things in the president's office could change 100,500 times. So, why do you think this guy is gonna go? By considering that a nearly planned recession is clear, we decided to simply ignore the martial law. Zelenskyy, no problem. Here is the person who's going to replace Mr. Shmyhal. The Ukrainian, I think, Yulia Anatolievna Svyrydenko. All right, there she is. She's 40 years old. Very, 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 very experience. Education, graduate, Kiev, and this is very important. Listen to this. Kiev National University of Trade and Economics with a degree in anti-monopoly management. Anti-monopoly, that's great. All right, so there she was fantastic. Nevertheless, this is the person who's going to get the hot potato of the infested organism, which is in this time Ukraine. And we got this imbecile, I would say. Unfortunately, I have to call him that way, and I will explain why. Kiev mayor tells Trump, come and see my bombed out city. Well, how about he sees your bombed out city as he sees the Iranians? He's going to come on a missile. And I think Mr. Klitschko, I have no evidence. I just have a gut feeling. And since 51% of our society functions and is allowed to function on gut feelings, then I think the other 49% of the population, the group with the balls, is allowed to do the same thing once in a while. No? Okay then. Oh my God, are you a misogynist now? All right, so Vitaly Klitschko tells Trump, come over to my city. Well, how can he come? He's part of the problem. I mean, it's like you ask the thief to come, to see what the other guy supposedly did to him? Klitschko just jumped from a boxing career to the mayorship of Kiev. I think he's the Germans guy, as Zelenskyy Stein is the Brits guy. And Mr. Klitschko will, with Sevastskaya, Makanashkaya, Anatolia, they will be replacing the fleas. They're going to leave with their big luggages and trains and airplanes to better places. And these guys will deal with the evil Russians. And they will be humiliated. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be the humiliation. This guy, or maybe, what's his name, General Zaluzny, who is kept over there under, I would say, house arrest in London when Zelenskyy goes to live his life. these guys will pick up the hot potato that destroyed their nation. Can you see these three are all Ukrainians? Zabalskaya, Klitschko, and what's his name, Zaluzny. These are Ukrainians. They are going to replace the other Ukrainians. You know what I mean? The ones hiding. My name is what? My name is what? My name is Mr. John Stewart. My real name is Leibovitz. This kind of people that instead of saying, hey, my name is Shalom Shubalash Kabakhabafla, my name is Tom Jones. Oh, fuck me, Freddy. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.